Welcome to Movie Reedviews with me, Cody Reed. This review is going to be for McFarland, USA, which it's directed by Nicky Caro, and it stars Kevin Costner as this disgruntled teacher/coach who, because of his anger and temper problems, they sometimes have to move around, him and his family, and it eventually leads him to the small town, McFarland, California. And Kevin Costner's character is called Mr. White, which is funny because he moves to McFarland, which is a small town filled with a lot of Hispanics. He's not used to their culture, he's not used to their work ethic as well. And so him and his family move to this town, they have to get used to how things are. He's not used to having tacos or seeing things in Spanish. And Mr. White, and there's a lot of comedy in that with the Hispanics, he sees the potential in these kids who run a lot during the day, and they have this strong work ethic, like I mentioned, and he starts this cross-country team because he knows that these kids can run long distances and do it really well. And you get to know these kids as he gets to know these kids. Kevin Costner really does a great job in these kind of roles, I think. You know, whether it's being this fatherly figure or in sports movies. And so he does a great job, and you see these relationships that he builds with his kids. One of them he builds is with Thomas. This kid's having some problems in his life and a little shut off, but you get to see his relationship with him. Another kid that I really enjoyed was this kid Danny, who is a bigger kid, so it's kind of weird that he's on this cross-country team, but he really motivates Danny and he tells him to keep going. It matters what his score is, and you get to see Danny's development in this movie too. The movie has a lot of heart, and it actually has a lot of comedy as well. It was a little funnier than I thought it would be, but it has a lot of heart, and these kids are trying to become better, and he's trying to make them better. Now, working against the movie is two things. One, I thought it was a tad long. It's a little over 2 hours, which is kind of unique for a movie like this, just some kind of inspirational sports movie from Disney. But also, it's just very predictable at times. You can kind of tell where the story's going to go, okay, it's going to lead here, and they're going to win and do this. But other than that, I really enjoyed it myself. I had a great experience. Like I mentioned, it was very heartwarming, and so, yeah, I enjoyed myself. And if you're on the fence about McFarland, USA, that's really the thing that will make or break this movie. Whether you don't really like these by-the-numbers, sports, inspirational movies, or if you do like them. Like I mentioned, Kevin Costner does great, and even though it's by-the-numbers, it was still really fun and funny. So yeah, I surprisingly am going to give McFarland USA 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it did great, and it's a great movie that the whole family can enjoy as well. So yeah, that's it. What did you think? Like and comment on this video, but make sure to subscribe for further reviews. And then lastly, if you have some questions, send them to me at moviereedviews@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching this Movie Reedview.
Well, here I am, the gingerbread man. McFarland USA was a very sweet movie. Sweet like a gingerbread. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 8 gumdrops.